retaliating to Iran's strike inside Pakistani territory, which Iran claims was targeted as a so-called militant group called Jaish Al-Adl. Pakistan today struck back and has hit targets within Iranian territory. The group that seemingly was the trigger behind this fresh escalation, it's called Jaish Al-Adl. Vishal, can you tell us when this group was formed, what the motives are, what does it aim to achieve?
So this group is primarily Pak-based. It was formed, it sprung up around 2012, and since 2013, it has been, going across the border and conducting strikes and killing Iranian border guards. So this group is primarily consisting of Baloch militants. Most of its members belong to the Baloch ethnic community. So the region, as it is, it comprises of mostly Baloch people on both sides of the border. So this group comprises of that ethnic community, and its main objective is to gain independence. I mean, the region, the Balochistan region that occupies both Iran and Pakistan across the border, it wants to liberate that region. So on the other side of the border, there's Sistani Balochistan, and on this side of the border is just Balochistan. So it wants to liberate that region. So that's what it's. The group is not that old, but it has, it's been attacking a lot in the recent months.
Yeah, so Iran also claims that the group has targeted its security forces and the police. There were recent incidences like it struck a police station.
Last
and
11 border guards were killed. So
and it took responsibility for that.
Yes, it did, and it's been very active since then. And as far as the recent reports go, for the recent killings also, it took the ownership. So this group, it's not very big when it comes to the whole region. The region is filled with, it's a porous border, so it's filled with.
How long is the border that the two countries share?
So the border is about 900 kilometers long,
right?
And it's like a major part of the border. It's almost lawless. Right. So it's porous. It's almost lawless. So there's a lot of smuggling groups. There are a lot of drug gangs. There are a lot of kidnappings happening. So every now and then there are strikes against people, and there are a lot of separatist groups. So there could be a parallel between what's happening in other regions and Balochistan.
So basically a restless, chaotic, lawless region along the border where these insurgent groups often find foot. Can you tell us if this group has connections to other international players that might have an interest in the region?
Reports do suggest it has connections to other groups across the border. It does, have connections with some Kurdish separatist groups. So Kurdistan is a region in Iran that's an autonomous region. So it does have some connections there, but it's mostly an offshoot of this another group called Jundullah group.
Right.
So that group suffered a crackdown more than 10 years ago. Iranian government weakened the group. So some of the fighters crossed the border and moved into Pakistan, and those fighters have somehow formed this new powerful group.
Right. And you've already explained how the situation is at the border region where this group has, taken a hold of. There must be other groups. I think you already mentioned it. But what I really want to know is, does this region have some specific strategic value to Iran?
It does. It's a key area. I mean, the strikes were, the Pakistani strikes occurred in that Balochistan region in Iran. That region has Chabahar Fort, which is one of the most important.
India is jointly developing.
India is also, trying to jointly develop that port. And it's in the recent visit of finance.
So if we look at a map, if we see the border between Iran and Pakistan, how far is Chabahar Fort from there?
It's in the same province. It's in the Sistani Balochistan
So not far
province.
away.
It's not very far away, and if there is disturbance in that region, who knows, that could also be affected. But we are hoping that doesn't
So
happen.
indirectly, India also has a stake in this conflict.
It does to some extent. It does.
Okay. So the recent escalation, which threatens to spill over to other parts of the region,
Yeah.
do you see that this conflict seems to be never ending? Today, Pakistan has called Iran
Yeah.
a brotherly country, but Iran has summoned its envoy in Tehran.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you see this going forward?
See, as far as the history between the countries go, Iran and Pakistan have mostly been cordial.
Right.
There have been differences over this porous border, as we talked before, but mostly the relationship has been good. These recent escalations, many experts are suggesting that the trigger point was Iran, obviously, but
Right.
the reason behind that was that Iran is sort of wounded right now. So this month, in beginning of the year itself, there was a big bombing in Iran, in the neighboring province of Balochistan in Iran. About 90 people died. So Iran is wounded, and it wants to strike back.
Right.
So experts do suggest that that could be one of the reasons it is attacking these positions in Pakistan. And when it comes to Pakistan had to respond. If it didn't, people back in Pakistan, it's already a very unstable country, so to speak. So
Right.
they had to respond. So they did. So it's sort of a balancing act.
Well, wasn't it surprising to you as well that Pakistan
Yeah.
reacted the way it did?
Yeah, many experts are saying also that it takes a lot of guts for Pakistan to do that, because it's, as I said before, it's a disturbed country. It wouldn't want to get involved in something it doesn't have a stake in. So the fact that the jets of Pakistan went 50 kilometers inside the border of Iran and attacked those positions is something quite surprising.
Okay, I think that we have broadly covered the contours of the conflict, and of course, the special focus on the so-called militant group called Jaish Al-Adl. Keep watching our YouTube channel for further updates. We'll bring you more explainers and latest developments as the news progresses. Thank you.
Thank you.